Have you watched the previous episode's video? Welcome to the story of this episode, Chapter 34, The Unexpected Incident in Front of the Teleportation Gate. Sensing the powerful force approaching from behind with keen perception, out of instinct, Sumu leaped forward at an extremely fast speed. At the same time, he quickly turned around and circulated his spiritual power to form a solid shield in front of him. With a loud boom, a black spiritual power shockwave crashed heavily into the shield. The powerful impact sent a sharp pain through Sumu's arms, and his feet left two deep marks on the ground as his whole body was jolted backwards several steps. Sumu took a closer look and was surprised to find that it was the black-robed men who had fled before and had now returned. The leading black-robed man was holding a dagger emitting a strange light in his hand, and his eyes were filled with venom and madness. "Kid, you've ruined our plans. Today is your death day." He roared and charged towards Sumu again. It turned out that these black-robed men were not willing to accept defeat. During their escape, the leading black-robed man discovered that he still had a secret weapon hidden on him, the Dark Soul Splitting Dagger. This weapon could release powerful dark spiritual power. The black-robed man hoped to use it to deliver a fatal blow to Sumu when he was off guard and retrieve the mysterious inheritance. Sumu cursed the black-robed men's shamelessness in his heart, but there was no time for him to think more at the moment. He quickly adjusted his state, integrated his reverse time spiritual power with his own spiritual power, and prepared to meet the black-robed men's attacks. The black-robed man waved the Dark Soul, Splitting Dagger, and black spiritual power blades shot out from the tip of the dagger, flying towards Sumu like black throwing knives. Each spiritual power blade carried a sharp whistling sound, as if it could tear through the air. Sumu activated his spiritual power shield, and at the same time moved quickly to dodge the attacks of the spiritual power blades. Every time a spiritual power blade hit the ground, it left a deep pit, and gravel splashed. Seizing the opportunity during the gap in the black-robed man's attacks, Sumu concentrated his spiritual power in his hand to form a spiritual power-long spear, and threw it towards the black-robed man. The spiritual power-long spear shot straight towards the black-robed man like a bolt of lightning with a powerful spiritual power fluctuation. The black-robed man sidestepped to avoid the spiritual power-long spear, but Sumu didn't stop there. He quickly rushed forward and engaged in close combat with the black-robed man. Their figures moved rapidly in front of the teleportation array, with spiritual power lights flashing as they clashed fiercely. Sumu's long sword and the black-robed man's dark soul, Splitting Dagger collided continuously, making a clang-clang sound with sparks flying. During the battle, Sumu discovered that the Dark Soul Splitting Dagger could not only release powerful attacks, but also interfere with the circulation of his spiritual power. Whenever he cast a spiritual power spell, the Dark Soul Splitting Dagger would always emit a wave of dark spiritual power, trying to disrupt the condensation of his spiritual power. This greatly restricted Sumu's attacks, and for a while he was in a tough battle. He could feel that his spiritual power was gradually being consumed in repeated defenses and counterattacks, while the black-robed man's attacks became more and more fierce. However, Sumu didn't panic. While fighting the black-robed man, he observed the attack pattern of the Dark Soul, Splitting Dagger, and the way the dark spiritual power interfered. After several exchanges, he noticed that the body of the Dark Soul, Splitting Dagger, would flash with a strange light 3 times before releasing a powerful attack each time. An idea formed in Sumu's mind. He deliberately showed a flaw to lure the black-robed man to launch a full-force attack. The black-robed man fell for it. Seeing the flaw, a flash of ecstasy passed through his eyes. He injected all the spiritual power in his body into the Dark Soul, Splitting Dagger. The body of the dagger flashed 3 times, and a huge black spiritual power whirlpool swept towards Sumu. The spiritual power whirlpool seemed to contain endless dark power, and the space distorted wherever it passed. Just as the spiritual power whirlpool was about to hit Sumu, Sumu circulated his reverse, time spiritual power, and the time flow rate instantly slowed down. Taking advantage of this short time difference, he quickly sidestepped to dodge, and at the same time concentrated his spiritual power on the long sword and slashed at the black-robed man's wrist. The black-robed man didn't expect that Sumu could dodge the attack and counter-attack in such a dangerous situation. He couldn't avoid it in time, and his wrist was hit by Sumu's long sword. Ah! The black-robed man let out a scream, and the dark soul, splitting dagger fell to the ground. Taking the opportunity, Sumu kicked the dark soul, splitting dagger away, then pointed his long sword at the black-robed man's throat and said coldly, "You keep pestering me again and again. You're really courting death." Seeing this, the other black-robed men were so scared that they stepped back one after another and didn't dare to act rashly. The leading black-robed man, despite his pain-stricken face, still had hatred in his eyes. "Kill me then! The Dark Spirit sect won't let you go, ... Sumu sneered in his heart. He knew that reasoning with such an evil force was useless, but he didn't want to waste time here either, as he was eager to leave this plane. "Get lost. Don't let me see you again," Sumu said as he put away his long sword. The black-robed men, as if granted amnesty, quickly helped up the leading black-robed man, picked up the dark soul, splitting dagger, and scurried away in disgrace. Looking at their departing figures, Sumu secretly remained vigilant. He knew that the Dark Spirit sect might become a big trouble for him in the future. Sumu turned around and came to the teleportation array again. This time, he wasn't interrupted. He took a deep breath and stepped into the teleportation array. With a flash of light, Sumu's figure disappeared in the teleportation array, embarking on the journey back to his own world. The story continues. More exciting content is coming up. Subscribe as soon as possible.